here's your heads up to this little MaD episode. And I don't normally give a heads up to this, but it's just me rambling and ranting a little bit and rambling and ranting a bit more, all about Mental Health Awareness Week. You've got to have a listen. I do swear just a little bit right near the end, so cover your ears if that offends you, but right near the end. But do enjoy this. I know I go off a bit, but it is so important.
Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
Hey, my friend. Still well? Still with me? Yeah. We're both here together, aren't we? I got a little thing to think about. In this, it's come into my mad world of mad worlds that in the UK, from the 18th to the 24th of May, this is Mental Health Awareness Week. And the theme is kindness. Wow. Aren't we lucky to have a whole week of being aware of mental health issues? Because, maybe in the past it would have only been one day, Mental Health Awareness Day, which meant the other 360 odd days we didn't have to think about it. But now we just don't have to think about it for 51 weeks. Or am I being a little cynical? I think it's really good that we are aware of mental health. But I think it's more a case of just being aware of everybody all the time. It's like being mindfulness or being mindful of the people you're with and asking questions, just making sure people are all right. If you see things that just aren't quite right, don't put it off. Just say, hey, how you doing? And it doesn't have to be just this week, by the way. You've got the Personal Development Unplugged podcast permission, Clough's permission to ask anybody at any time, are you okay? Are you sure? Sure? That's what we have to say. Sure? I'm here. Sure? Don't know if I can help. You see, I have so many examples of people who have suffered in mental health. They've come and seen me. They've been recommended to come and see me. And one thing, they're very good at hiding their issue. Because I don't even like the term mental health issues or mental health problems, but we've got to put a label on it, I guess, for some people. But it's just, I'm not feeling good. I'm not acting the way I want to act. I'm feeling this negative thing and I don't want to. That's all people have got to say. But they're very good at hiding it. And when they hide it, you really have to be super vigilant to notice that their behavior is just off key a little bit. And then swoop in and ask that question. Hey, are you all right? And give them the space. Don't jump in. Because the thing is, if you give them space, silence, one of you two have got to fill in the silence. And if it's not going to be you, it will be them. That's what we do. You just sit in silence and see who can hang out the longest. Because it'll work. I promise you. And the same as if you are feeling this and you are hiding it. Do you know what the real answer is? I'm going to swear. Just fucking don't. Tell somebody. You can tell me on an email if you want to, and I'll tell you what to do. Not tell you. I'll advise you where to look, what to do, in a way that to let you know anything is possible here, You don't have to suffer issues. And you're not got to have this one bloody week a year where you're allowed to say anything because people are saying it. It's great that people are aware. And people are becoming more aware. But I'm talking about, if you know somebody or if you are suffering in any way, shape or form in a feeling that you don't like, it doesn't have to be a big one. Because sometimes little ones can, if not untouched, can get a little bit worse. And we don't want that. There's no need for it to get worse. But the other thing is, if it is not pleasant and you don't like it at all, and it has been going on for some time, please do not think that it's going to take a bloody long time to get better, to get the way you want to feel, because it bloody doesn't. I've dealt with issues that have been going for years and years and years and years, from someone who, when they've been so small, the issue started, and they're like 50 or 60 or 70. And the thing is, within 1 or 2 sessions, it's gone. Within the first session, there's a difference. It feels better. It's easing. You know, when people leave me and after that first session, and if they're not saying, I feel at least 50% better, at least, I'm not happy. I'd be a really unhappy bunny if that wasn't the case, because it meant that I hadn't done my job well, hadn't done it good enough. I don't know why you me. You see, I want to get people where they want to be in one session. Now, that's not always possible, because sometimes we have other things to deal with, but it shouldn't take long. And it doesn't matter how long you've had it or how short you've had it. We move it. We change it. All you have to do is 2 things. 1, be prepared to do whatever it takes, and bloody well do it. If that means sending an email to somebody, if that means phoning up somebody, that means looking on the web for a hypnotherapist who does hypnosis, NLP and timeline therapy, because they're the things I really recommend. And you get to send them an email, say, look, I've got this issue, can you help? And get to speak to them, get some rapport with them, and get a good feeling about them. If you get a good feeling, trust that intuition. Just have a good look. But if you're worried about it, did an episode quite some time ago to what to look for in a hypnotherapist. You can go through that. But if you want to, just send me an email. Send me an email, say, this is how I'm feeling, can it be changed, Paul? And I'll tell you the answer there and then. And we'll just give you some advice. You know, you don't have to come and work with me. Could if you wanted to. But this isn't what it's all about. It's a matter of saying, look, for the whole 365 days of a year, we should be aware of the way we feel first. It's your responsibility. So be responsible. And if it's not the way you like it, ask somebody. That's all you have to do. Then it'll get taken care of. And again, if we're aware of other people for 365 plus days a year, and just notice something, it could be somebody in your family. When I was in my other life, I was doing this and other commercial stuff. We had a manager who broke down in front of me, asked for help. We got him help. I actually got him to work with my younger son, because I felt I was just that little bit close to him. I knew a little bit too much about him, and I didn't want to have my thoughts get in the way. So I wanted Joseph to have a clean sheet, as it were, to really hit this problem. The problem disappeared really quickly. But then I found out there were so many other people who had noticed the differences before then. Said the guy was really quiet. The guy seemed to be crying sometimes. And this is at work. And they didn't say anything. Now, I understand people are embarrassed to do that. But if you're embarrassed, ask somebody else to ask somebody else. We have to look after each other. Because well, there's only one thing, because we do. We have to look after each other. We have to keep connected and just help each other. And that's what we do, especially in this community. That's what we do. You'll also be noticed. Oh, by the way, this is completely opposite this. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I'm just rabbiting on because I just saw this and I thought, I want to talk about it. Another click. If you have signed up for the hypnosis tracks, by the way, you'll notice you will have received like a newsletter. It doesn't come across, well, it comes across as a newsletter, but doesn't look like a newsletter because I don't know how to do that yet. But it gives you some information of what has happened over the last few episodes, 1 or 2 bits that you may have missed. So if you would like to be part of that newsletter and have access to all the hypnosis tracks, the free ones, just go to paulcloughonline.com/podcast. And what I've said to everybody is, if you don't want to have the newsletter, just delete it as it comes along. Don't unsubscribe because you'll miss out on some really good stuff. But there's some good stuff in there. I'm just giving you an idea of what to look for, or maybe a little bit more information about what those episodes are about. So I'm trying to give you a little bit more information, trying to get a little bit more connection with you. And I'm more than happy for you to reply to that email and give me some feedback. Give me your thoughts, just like I'm talking about now. Because if you have an issue, just a little one, I know I've got more processes tucked up my sleeves than you can shake a stick at, if that's what you do with things stuck up your sleeves. We can find the right process to help you. We can find something. And maybe there's something you haven't got but you want. Do the same thing. We've got loads of stuff here, loads of stuff in the archives, loads of stuff. I'll repeat quite a lot anyway, because, we're all new here. And the thing is, when I repeat it, I will do it differently anyway. So there'll be a golden nugget that'll suddenly come up that wasn't there before. Hey, that's all I wanted to say really about that bit. But this Mental Health Awareness Week, I'm so pleased, in all honesty, that at least it's getting out there. Apparently there's another one in America in October. Not quite sure why, different months of the year and things like that. Maybe they don't get mental health problems until October and we get ours in May. Really? A load of old bollocks in it. But please, I'm just so pleased that people are aware. Let's give it a better name. Let's do things about it. And let's just encourage people to talk about themselves. Just talk. Say, I'm having a bit of a problem. I wonder if someone could help me. Or if you see somebody, as I said before, really not that. You okay? You all right? Because you'll get, yeah, all right. No. Are you okay? Are you sure? Just notice something. Just making sure that you are okay. You can talk to me or somebody else if you're not. Okay? Anytime. Leave that door open. Anyway, there you go. That's me done. Have a wonderful time. This is like a Mad World, just jumping in type episode. The normal ones, I've got some good ones in mind coming along. They're going to be the longer ones, and there's some good topics. I've got some things I really want to talk about, dive deeply in, and I want to go back into that loneliness stuff again, because there's more to that as well. Anyway, until next time, have more fun than you can stand. Yeah, what would that be like? Just for a moment, if you closed your eyes and thought to yourself, what would it be like if I could have more fun than I could stand? What would happen if I could just wallow in pleasure? Wanton pleasure. Wallowing. What pictures do you make in your mind when you do that? I always see a bloody hippopotamus. I don't know whether... Is that what hippopotamuses do? Do they wallow? Maybe they do. Anyway, till next time, my friend, you and I will speak again. Right then. Bye-bye.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.